I'm a big fan of this story. This is Sky News. Hollywood A-lister Zachary Levi announces he is standing by Donald Trump as the next president of the United States. I had the honor and the privilege to meet Zachary yesterday at Rescue the Republic. He was speaking, you can see in this video, with, I believe, who did he have? RFK. And I have the video, actually. Let me, where is it? George on X. Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. Zachary Levi was speaking with them, and it was awesome to see this guy. He's a big star, you know. He's the star of Shazam. They say that Shazam, the film, saved DC films, though they're going to still be reworking it. The Shazam sequel didn't do as well, but you know the DC WB movies had been not so good. And then Shazam came in as one of their first big hits, making $400 million. If you guys don't know him, this guy was also in the show Chuck. He's awesome. And I think his work in Shazam was absolutely amazing. So I'm a big fan. And I see him hanging out. You know, Dave Rubin was there. Shout out to Dave. And I was going to Dave, let him know that we were going to be at the event later. And then I see Zachary Levi. And I recognize him, but I don't really recognize him. And I was like, hey, sorry to interrupt. And I was like, hey. And then, you know, he's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And then I was like, don't I know you from somewhere? And he's like, well, I don't know you. He's like, I don't know you, but I am an actor. And I was like, oh, man, like, you're Shazam, dude. I'm a big fan. So mad respect. He was there. And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn by saying this, because he made some points. He said, with the way the industry is going right now, he's thinking about what he really cares about. And that is, look, we've got to have a healthy country. We have to have good food. We have to have good doctors. We can't let big pharmaceutical companies. And I'm elaborating what he said. But he said, you know, basically, what do I care about? I care about this. Make America healthy again. And so to hear him standing up while he's still actively filming and working in Hollywood at huge risk to himself, that is bravery, that is honor, that is I give tremendous respect to that. Sky reports, Hollywood A-lister Zachary Levi has declared he is standing with Donald Trump as the next president of the United States. The actor, who starred in Shazam in the 2019 superhero movie, announced his support of the 78-year-old while speaking at Trump's Reclaim America tour on Saturday. So this was yesterday. This wasn't Sunday where he made the statement, but he was at the Rescue the Republic too. Levi, also known for voicing the animated character Flynn Rider in Disney's Tangled, opened his address by telling the crowd of his parents' political views. The 44-year-old described his parents as Kennedy Democrats turned Reagan Republicans who had always encouraged him to have a healthy level of distrust for the government. The actor detailed his own personal search for a politician who embodied all the values he would like to see in a candidate. This year, I found Bobby Kennedy, and I thought, man, this guy's it. He's the real deal. And in a perfect world, whatever that would look like, perhaps I would have voted for Bobby. But we don't live in a perfect world. In fact, we live in a very broken one. We live in a country that has been hijacked by a lot of people who want to take this place way off the cliff, and we're here to stop that, right? Well, let me do this, all right? Let me actually just play the video. It's only a minute long, and you can hear straight from this man himself.
But the thing I wanted to say, and this is to Bobby's point, we are, and you all know this, we are being inundated every single day with poison, not just in the foods that we're eating and not just in the pharmaceuticals that are being shoved down our throats. In the images that we are looking at, the audio that we are hearing through our media, we are being poisoned and lied to. And hear me, we're all being poisoned and lied to. So as we go to the polls, as you guys and your passion and your fervor and wanting to get Donald Trump reelected and recognizing that that is the thing that we need to do, recognize that all of the people on the other side that still believe that Kamala is the answer. They're not, she's not, but they are being lied to.
Wow.
They are not the enemy. They are not evil. There is evil at the top of that food chain.
Hear, hear.
But the American people that believe that Kamala is the way, they are not evil people. They have been lied to, and they have eaten that lie, and it is in them. So to the best that we can do, may we practice grace. May we practice forgiveness. May we practice patience, so that as we go to the polls, as we talk to our friends and our family, and we encourage people to go and look, do not be baited into their attacks. Do not go and be what they want you to be. Instead, hold your ground in dignity and integrity and in love, and say, hey, I understand that you might feel this way. Let's have a conversation. And if you're unwilling to have a conversation, then we don't have to have a conversation. But don't get baited into their hate, because that's what they want you to do. And that will not help us get to a better world, right? So that's all I wanted to say on that.
He's sitting there with Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. I got to tell you guys, I had a lot of people asking me questions yesterday, all the press. They say, we want to ask, what do you think? And I'm just sitting here being like, Tulsi Gabbard, I supported heavily in the 2019 primary, donated to her campaign, had the honor to, I don't know if I should say this, but I got a call from her mom. And it was just, for my worldview, kind of a liberal guy, anti-war. I see Tulsi Gabbard embodying that, serving in the military with honor, serving this country when, I believe her story. She said that when 9/11 happened, she felt she had to do something. And she's got what it takes. I really do. And at this event yesterday, there was someone mentioned, I think it might have been RFK Jr., I'm not sure, saying, what if Tulsi Gabbard was the first female president? And the whole room erupts in cheers. Because here's someone with integrity and honesty, real leadership material, and absolutely 100%. But you know what? There's a lot of people who like RFK Jr. too. I certainly do. I think he's one of the best things we've got going for us right now in how he's going after big pharma and these poisoned foods, environmental toxins, and we all know it. We sit here talking about seed oils and dyes and other chemicals and garbage in our food, and now we have a champion of that cause. Now, RFK Jr. wasn't going to make it. It's hard to run as an independent. Tulsi Gabbard, of course, made her attempt in 2019, and they treated her like trash. And now, what do I see? For my sensibilities and for what I believe and what I think is good for this country, I see RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard standing alongside Trump, ready to serve in his cabinet, in his administration. You could never, in my life, have told me that I would get something so beautiful in a potential political administration. I said in 2020, Donald Trump should bring in Tulsi Gabbard for national security advisor or something like that. I think even Pat Buchanan did. And he didn't go that route. And I was talking to some of the people at this event, and their response was, well, they weren't ready. Its time has come. I'm looking at this now and thinking to myself, how does Trump lose this unity ticket with Bobby Kennedy Jr., who is talking about what so much of us care about, health of this country? I don't know. Shadow campaign, I guess. Seeing someone like Zachary Levi speak up and stand up at great risk to himself and his career inspires me and makes me optimistic, because he's Hollywood, man. And it's really funny because what I was thinking? I've seen the movies he's been in and the shows he's been in, of course, Chuck, back in the day. And then, of course, I saw Shazam. I'm a big superhero movie fan, and I saw both on preview night. I liked both of them. They're both great. And so I've been a fan of his. And I thought to myself, I'm like, is he an A-lister? And I'm like, what are they going to say about this? I bet they're going to try and claim that he's not a big deal, that he's not a movie star, that he's not been wildly successful in his career as an actor, still working. No, they're coming out and they're saying it. Certainly there's massive names in Hollywood and celebrity, but Zachary's been paving the way and massively successful, especially with Shazam. And I think it was a fun movie, by the way. I think it really helped DC. It's one of the only ones they got right. I did like Wonder Woman, though. And, man, I'm optimistic. Here's what I hope for. Man, I hope Trump wins. Because it feels like for the first time in my life, it's revolutionary. What I saw last night with Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Russell Brand on stage talking about all these things, and Jordan Peterson showed up, revolutionary. Bobby Kennedy Jr. talking about the health crisis our country faces. Tulsi Gabbard talking about the foreign policy crisis and how this country, and I see Donald Trump, our border, our workers, our unions and diplomacy. And I'm just like, man, could it be that what we all fought so hard for, me and my friends and everything we grew up, is staring us in the face right now, and we are right here ready to grab it? It would be the most heartbreaking thing to see this unity party fail in November. So I hope and I pray that they are ready for the procedure and the shadow campaigns and the manipulations, because Lord help us, this is one of the most beautiful things ever, and they need to win. I sit down, on this show, on Timcast IRL, Luke Rutkowski will say seed oils, carcinogens, chemicals, pesticides, and we all know it. We talk about plastic in our canned sodas. Your can of soda's got a plastic liner. They're leaching endocrine disruptors into our food, and we all know it. And now, Donald Trump was never big on that stuff, but we all were. RFK Jr. stands up and joins in Trump to make America healthy again, and I knew that was his cause. I knew it. I could see it. But I got to tell you, the Kennedy assassination documents and files, that stuff getting released, having RFK Jr. involved even somewhat overseeing national intelligence, dream come true. Tulsi Gabbard in the administration, helping diplomacy and national security. That's exactly what I was hoping for in 2020, and it is here right now. I told this to Ian Crossland, on Timcast IRL. One of the most important points, and I hope you all consider this message for your friends and family. You say this: I know you don't like Donald Trump. You're allowed to not like Donald Trump. In fact, I can certainly point out myself many reasons that he is worthy of criticism. But you're going to vote for Donald Trump. And I'll tell you why. It's not because you like him. It's because you like Bobby Kennedy Jr. and you believe in him. And it's because you like Tulsi Gabbard and you believe in her. It's because you've got incredible people standing alongside Donald Trump, and you know that you have an opportunity to vote for these people that you wanted to see in office. To all the RFK Jr. Democrats, I see your super chats where you say, Tim, you could have supported somebody like this. He's a real guy. It's a real chance. And I had that tweet where I said, when I was, joking around and kind of ribbing on the diehard Trump supporters, I was voting for RFK Jr. And RFK Jr. tweeted, thank you, Tim, for your support. And I felt really bad because I'm a big fan of RFK Jr. He's great. And I had to respond, I'm sorry. Like, I was being sarcastic. I'm voting for Trump. He said, we still got time. We'll get you. Something to that effect. But you know what? We got you, Bobby. You joined the team. You're in the mission, and I think you're going to do great things to help Donald Trump in ways that I was actually concerned about. Donald Trump, in my opinion, was always the better choice. He's a deeply flawed individual, but he's great for a lot of reasons, and I can respect that. Nobody's perfect. And Trump actually is better than a lot of people. That's true. He's up there. Good. He's a good dude, but you got to criticize him when you got to criticize him. I can't play this game where he's perfect. No, it's just not the case. But the areas that I'm concerned about, Trump brought in the two people who answer all those questions, Bobby Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard. And now I'm like, we good. I don't know how we get this one wrong. I'm excited for this. And Trump has admitted he brought in bad people last time. And now I'm staring in the face of the good people he is going to bring in. Man. So, I can proudly say I contributed to Make America Healthy Again. Went to their event, enjoyed some goat cheese. It was delicious, and got to hear some inspirational talk. Big fan, guys. Really, really hope we work this one out. I hope everybody, comes together on this one. And just shout out to all the diehard Trump supporters, Trump's biggest fans, the people who have just been there every day for Donald Trump. You may have seen in this guy everything that you hope for. And for those of us that were concerned, Trump did the right thing and brought us in. And now I just feel involved. I've always been a don't make me defend Trump. Trump's the better option. Trump has done a good job guy. I've never been the Trump MAGA diehard 2024, no matter what, waving the flag with Trump on a Velociraptor guy. But when Donald Trump said RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, man, it made me feel like you guys and many of us, disaffected liberals, post-liberals, we are absolutely involved in this, and we're going to win this one. So I hope so. I'll leave it there, my friends. Smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Share the show with your friends. Make sure you pick up the new song, Coming Home, by going to getcominghome.com. Buy it on iTunes. It's got to be iTunes. That's what they're doing to us. They're making sure we have to do it that way. But support our work. We really do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you all tonight at youtube.com/TimcastIRL, 8 p.m. Thanks once again.